This video is brought to you by my supporters on Patreon. Hi guys, I'm here with a video on how I styled my Harley Quinn wig. First, I must apologize if the audio is a little bit weird. My laptop does not have a thing for me to plug my mic into, so the sound is through the built-in mic, and it's not that. But I super needed to get this video out, so we are working with what we got. Anyways, what I'm doing is brushing out the wig before curling it. This wig is currently wet because I had just finished rinsing out the dye. I am going ahead and trying to pour hot water on before curling the wig, but that's a lot super messy, and I don't recommend it if you don't have a bathtub to do it over, which I did. It just wasn't good for filming, so I eventually ditched that and stopped trying to put hot water on beforehand and settle for pouring it on afterwards. By the way, that is what I am doing. I'm using the hot water method to curl this wig. So what you're going to do is take curling rods of any sort. The ones I have like these little foam strips on them, but just normal plastic rods work perfectly fine. The section size that you take depends on how tight or loose you want your curls. The tighter you want your curls, the smaller sections you'll want. The looser you want your curls, the larger sections you'll want. It also is affected by curling rod size, so if you want really tight curls, you're going to want smaller rods. If you want really loose curls, you're going to want bigger rods. My rods are kind of in between, and I also just want a curl that is in between tight and loose, so I go ahead and just take like these medium size sections, I guess that's the size you would call it, and just curl that all the way up. Curl it from the bottom of the hair all the way up to the root. Once you have all of the curling rods in, go ahead and take a boiling pot of water and just dump that all over the wig. I do this a couple times. I did not put enough water in to start with to fully saturate the wig, but make sure you got the entire wig fully saturated with this boiling hot water, and then you'll just have to leave it to dry overnight. It takes about 24 hours for a wig to dry, maybe. But once it is dry, start removing all of the curling rods. So before moving on and loosening up the curls a little bit, I'm just trimming the wig to about the length I want it, maybe slightly longer than I want it to start with, and then I'll trim more off later after I put it back on again. To get the length that I'm cutting it to here though, I went ahead and tried on the wig real fast, cut a couple strands at the front to the length that I wanted it to be at, and then put it back on my wig head and went ahead and cut out the rest of the wig to match that length. And now I'm going through and brushing out all of the curls. Not like super brushing it out where it's going to be straight, but I am brushing it out to kind of loosen it up because they are still way too tight at the moment, and it is going to look like a mess for a few minutes here. So this is where the wig starts to get a little bit nicer looking. What I'm doing is taking sections a bit larger than I had originally curled them and kind of restyling that, spraying on hairspray as I go along, and also going ahead and just trimming up the edges to be even more even and at the correct length that I need it to be. So this is going to be a lot of playing with the hair until the curls are curling the way you want it to and clumped up the way you want them to be clumped up, if that makes any sense. And just kind of reworking the curls to look a bit nicer and looser than they were originally. And to kind of finish everything off, I'm taking a straightener and restyling the bangs. She doesn't really have bangs, so I was trying my hardest to kind of camouflage those into the rest of the hair because this wig came with bangs that were much shorter than I wanted them to be. And I at first tried to curl them to go in the direction of the hair, and it turned out so awful. So now I'm taking a straightener, lots of hairspray, and just working with that to blend that in. Hopefully though you can skip this step if you start out with a wig that doesn't have short bangs like this. I also straighten a couple sections at the end just to kind of redirect them so that they aren't like super flippy out or something and look odd. Then yeah, after that, just hit it with hairspray one more time and you're good to go. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks for watching and have a lovely day. Bye!